We got the box office, and this week we finally have the box office in like right away. I don't know why it took them so long last time, but yeah, this is the box office. Let's see if all the movies are here. So yeah, Inside Out, Bad Boys, all these random movies that came out, and yeah, this is the week of the box office. So this is another pretty okay week. Garfield and If Water watched the theaters, but again, they've been in the theaters for like a month now. Basically, If has been out more than a month, but Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is also nearing its end too. It's gonna make $130 million domestically, which is a lot of money. But we'll be going over all the movies from top to bottom. The last movie is gonna be the anime movie as well. Also, they basically kicked out Ferocious out of theaters. Yep, Ferocious is out of theaters now. Number one movie is Inside Out, and yes, Inside Out has crossed the $1 billion mark. So Disney has finally gotten its massive W. They, in Disney, we all know, has been struggling. They haven't had a $1 billion hit since forever. Okay, since 2019, I think. We're not counting No Way Home. That's a Sony movie. Okay. Oh, actually, a last $1 billion hit was Avatar too. I forgot. I always forget that Disney owns that IP. But yeah, last $1 billion hit was Avatar. But we want to exclude Fox movies. Yes, 2019 was the last $1 billion hit. Okay. Avatar is Disney's last $1 billion hit, but if you want to exclude Fox movies, like actual in-house Disney movies, the last $1 billion movie I think was Rise of Skywalker. But now that Rise of Skywalker record has been broken, and Disney has another $1 billion movie. This is the sequel to Inside Out. So Inside Out was a very well received movie. The first movie was. It actually was pretty funny. My favorite emotion was the angry guy. Because he had like fire coming out of his head and stuff. It was pretty funny. And now we have the new emotions as well. We have boredom. Yeah, I actually figured out that envy, or whatever that emotion was, is actually boredom. We have, envy, which, is one of the seven deadly sins. We have, of course, anxiety, which a lot of, some people are saying, why are we making a movie about anxiety? But a lot of people do have anxiety, okay? I think everyone has anxiety at one point. And we have embarrassment, or same, basically. Embarrassment. Okay, that's the big fat guy, okay, as well. So this movie has crossed the $1 billion mark. This movie has more than made its profits at this point. And it's the first movie of the year to cross the $1 billion mark. I think there are two very likely movies that cross the $1 billion mark later. And that will be Despicable Me 4 coming out next week. And of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. Those are the other two movies that I think will have a very high possibility of crossing the $1 billion mark. But Inside Out 2 has only done it in 3 weeks. Of course, I think that it's going to slow down next week because Despicable Me 4 is coming out. That's going to be, there's going to be like a massive competition as well. But, But now let's talk about the other movies. Quiet Place, Day One. So this movie is basically actually the highest opening for this franchise ever. Okay, highest opening for this franchise ever. This movie is gonna break even. This movie only cost like $60 million to make. Basically, like the last Quiet Place movie, these movies don't really have these are mid-budget movies. So yeah, Quiet Place continues the success of the Quiet Place franchise, and yeah, it made $98 million worldwide, and yeah, and also part of the War of the Quiet Place movies. Well, the Death Angels only actually occupy North and South America since they can't swim. Yeah. They really didn't think this out. That one whole meme is true. The alien invasion attacks America. that all rings true. Well, they can't make it to Japan because Godzilla appears. So yeah, Godzilla takes care of them right there. So also they can't make it to Japan unless they actually land in Japan as well. Horizon, an American Chapter 1. This movie isn't doing too well. I'm not too surprised. No one cares about this movie. It's actually a 2-part theoretical event, so this is actually supposed to be a 4-part movie, but I don't think it's going to be a 4-part movie. It's not going to happen. No one cares about this movie all too much. So, yeah. Next is Bad Boys Ride or Die. This movie has made $331 million globally and has made continues to make decent chunks of money at the box office. It is pretty hypocritical that Hollywood's giving Will Smith a second chance after the infamous Oscar slap, but won't give Johnny Depp a second chance. That is kind of weird. But again, Will Smith is one of Hollywood's golden boys. Okay, that's not too. It isn't too surprising as well. Again, it really shows the past decade really shows that some of these celebrities can really get away with anything. Madonna, Will Smith, they can get away with anything basically. Madonna really made like a terrorist threat, and they said, don't care. That's basically what they did. Okay, they didn't care. They didn't do anything. But, bike riders, again. These people always whine. There's no more wisdom movies anymore. There's no more non-franchise movies. But guess what? You guys didn't see this movie. I'm not seeing it either. But these are the same people who constantly whine how movies are so stale now and old ones, But then you guys won't see anything that's not a part of a franchise, because the only movies that people actually care about, it seems these days, are movies that are part of a franchise. And it's shown with the top 3 movies. And yeah, Bike Riders continues to fail at the box office. Next is the Garfield movie, which made $249 million globally and has actually gotten ahead of the average Hollywood movie rigs. So Garfield might even have another week in the top list of movies next week because it's 4th of July. But yeah, Garfield has had really great rigs, despite a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, Garfield has had pretty good rigs, and in spite of Inside Out 2 releasing as well. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is nearing the break-even point and needs to make $13 million more to break even. And yeah, it is having really decent international rigs, but not as good as previous movies. Mostly because it didn't do too well in China, which the last movie did pretty well in China. Again, Hollywood continues to struggle in China, but did pretty well in other markets like France, UK, Mexico, Brazil, Australia, Germany, Spain, Korea, and Japan. So, all the major markets except for China, they did pretty well in. And yeah, people are like, well, $28 million is still a lot of money. Okay, China, these movies would make $200, $300 million, in the past. So, next is The Kinds of Kindness. Never heard of this movie before. But it apparently has a lot of these major people in it, but no one cares. No one went to go see it, so. Next is If, which continued to crawl at its losses, but no one internationally, this movie's dead. Basically, no one watched this movie internationally as well, so international totals for this movie are not too good. So If didn't do too well still. It's Velma. Did okay. Blue Rock Episode Nagi, an anime movie. People don't. This movie only made $1 million. Never heard of Blue Rock before, but you know what movie fell on the top list? Mad Ferosa or Mad Max? Sorry. Yeah, that movie did very poorly, and that was a movie that was critically acclaimed too. So yeah, that's about the box office. So Inside Out 2 passes $1 billion. That's gonna be the main thing of this weekend. Quiet Place also did pretty well, but the main thing is Inside Out 2 passed $1 billion. That's the main thing. That's the main topic of the video. So, goodbye.